Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Rano back again. Here today we are going to give some grades on the following NFL teams. Now, these NFL teams have had a lot of changes over the offseason, and some teams that were good had some bad changes, some teams that were bad had some great changes. So, today we're going to see which teams are Super Bowl favorites, contenders, playoff teams, potential wild cards right here, missing the playoff, mediocre, young but intriguing, and number one pick contention. If you guys need help narrowing down Super Bowl favorites, best of the best, Super Bowl contenders, teams that aren't entirely the best of the best, but they can possibly be up there. Playoff teams are teams that are competitive enough to make the playoffs. Potential wild cards kind of fall in the same category, but they might only survive to see the wild card. Playoff missing teams, probably teams that hit 9-8, 8-9. Mediocre at best. I would rate this around like for instance, the Falcons and the Browns and the Jets who hit 7-10. Those kind of teams. Young but intriguing, I would say, are some teams that do not have a good roster, but are still yet fun to watch and fun to yet see play. And the number one pick contention are teams that just they're not it. So here we are. Let's start. Starting with the New Orleans Saints. Personally, I don't know how to feel about the Saints. I think the Saints can do good enough to see the wild card, but I can't see them go any higher than that. I mean, they can be a playoff team, but they're what I'm saying, I don't know. It's hard to tell because overall the past few seasons have been very iffy for them. When I mean past few, I mean the last two seasons without Drew Brees. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna drag them up into. It really depends though if Tua's healthy. If Tua is healthy, then the Dolphins can go up and absolutely reach for the stars. For now, I'm just gonna put them in playoff team. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna say mediocre at best, man. The Ravens might not be as good as what they surprised me last year, but this year, man, I don't know if they're gonna do that. I mean, the year before last year, it was okay. It was like for the Ravens, they went down, but then they came back up. And this year, Bengals, we already know how to feel about the Bengals. I need to scroll up higher. Bengals are a Super Bowl favorite, no doubt about it. I think that Cincinnati, probably my favorite Super Bowl favorite. I would 100% love to see Cincinnati win a Super Bowl, but man, yeah. Next we have Denver. I would say Denver is like on the verge, like right here. I don't know. They have Sean Payton now, and things might be different. Hopefully they'll tell Russell Wilson that none of the stuff he is doing is helping. But hopefully, I think missing the playoffs is right there. But the Broncos are not far from that. The only reason why I think they'll miss the playoffs is because the other competitive teams in their division. Because they're in a division with the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. And while the Raiders don't seem threatening themselves, they still play some good football. And they don't have Derek Carr anymore as they have Jimmy G. And I think that might, even though that's kind of like not a big change, that still is, what I'm saying? It's kind of there. They don't have Darren Waller anymore. So I don't know. Might be a little easier to compete, but you might end up third place. Giants, I can see them as a playoff team. That Brian Daboll has absolutely did a great job with Daniel Jones last season. That hands down. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Get mad at me all you want. Potential wild card. After last year, the Vikings were a disappointment. I don't know if they'll be able to do the same thing again. Los Angeles Rams they might be a contending number one pick team. Listen, they lost Bobby Wagner to free agency. They traded Jalen Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? Those alone tell me, and they didn't even get anything back for Jalen Ramsey, which is like, oh, we want to free up some cap space. And let alone they don't have a first round pick this year because the Lions took it, or they have it because of Matthew Stafford, right? So while the Rams do still have some key players, man, I don't know, man. I don't think that's the case. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers contend for number one pick. After losing Tom Brady, Yeah, no, this team. Like, listen, Tom Brady was already bad enough last season as it was, and now that he's walking into this new season, and the Panthers, Falcons, and Saints are building some tough teams. I don't think the Bucs are going to survive it. Let alone do I think Baker Mayfield will live. Now, if they live long enough, if Will Levis lives long enough in the draft for the Bucs to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? I think they should pick him up. But, you know what I'm saying, there are some teams ahead of them that might grab it, i.e. the Raiders could grab them. Who else? I'm trying to think who else would need a quarterback. Not really any of the first 10 teams really need a quarterback, unless if you're talking really the Panthers and the Texans, who are going to take C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. But I'm really trying to think here. Who's third? Colts. They could take Will Levis, but there's Anthony Richardson. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how far Will Levis will live on the board, but we'll see. Lions. You know what? I think the Lions, this might be a stretch, playoff team. Listen, after last year, I think the Lions can absolutely go wild. I think the Lions have a chance. They might have a chance. Bears, young but intriguing. I don't think they're a first pick team anymore. Like, Justin Fields has proven to me that he can play some football. I saw enough from Justin Fields to say that he is safe. To safely say that he is good enough to play at a greater level. Like, he is good. Like, better. Like, listen, he came from the same class as Zach Wilson. Okay, he's better than Zach Wilson. He's not better than Trevor Lawrence. In my opinion, he's better than Mac Jones. That first season of Mac Jones, no. But the next upcoming ones, yeah, 100%. I'll take him. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Justin Fields, he's killing it right now. Next, we have and Trey Lance. I think he's doing better than Trey Lance, too. Trey Lance has barely played, so I can't really say anything on that. Next, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Speaking of Trey Lance, Jesus Christ, I don't know how to feel about the Niners situation. You got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now you have to decide who you're going to choose between Trevor. God, I just said his name. My mind just yikes. Oh bad. Trey Lance. Sorry, Jesus. You got to decide between Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, and that's. I mean, Brock Purdy, man. He had good weapons around him when he was playing, to be fair, arguably. But you know what? Somehow, in some way, shape, or form, the Niners will still find a way to be a playoff team. You know what? Just for people who probably are going to get mad at me, Super Bowl contenders, because the Niners always are able to surprise someone. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl contender. Listen, whoa! Yeah, Super Bowl contender, not favorite. Super Bowl contender. I think that the Eagles, they were matched last year, right? But the only thing that's stopping them now is that they lost a lot of players. And when I mean a lot, they lost I'm trying to think here. You know what I'm saying? They lost, they did lose, they lost Chauncey. I almost said Ahmad Sauce Gardner. They lost CJ at safety, and that was one loss. And I'm pretty sure they lost someone else. Did they lose Hargrave? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, though the Eagles have had some players leave their team, and nonetheless, they still have A.J. Brown. They signed Jalen Hurts to a huge contract. That's pretty much the whole reason why that went down. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. Mediocre at best. I mean, they're not low, but they're right here. They're right at the Ravens level, if anything makes sense. Green Bay. Sorry if y'all hear thunder. It's a thunderstorm. Mediocre at best. After losing Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, which Jets, great job. I don't think the Packers are going to do that well. Just coming from me. Next, we have the Commanders. Get mad at me. Potential wild card. After seeing them last year, they actually were not that bad in their division. if you really look at it, they were really not that bad, as they put up a decent fight against they beat the Eagles. For one, they put up a good, decent fight against the Giants, and even though the Cowboys beat them a whole bunch of times, they still managed to find a way to make it look like they've put up a fight. Cardinals, shaping up to be the worst team next year and probably going to get that number 1 pick. And the reason why you're asking me this, well, if you have a quarterback who can't see over the countertop, and you have the rest of the team, and you have the remainder of your team. DeAndre Hopkins is requesting a trade. Budda Baker is requesting a trade, and your team is falling apart in shambles. You are not going to be able to save that team. The Cardinals, in my opinion, that's not it. They're probably number 1 pick. Steelers, for some reason, how much? You know what? I'll bet. You know what? I'll bet it. The Steelers playoff team. They'll make a playoff team. Either that or a potential wild card. I'll put potential wild card because like they always find a way to go over 500, and like Mike Tomlin found a way to take Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward. He took all those players, and he said, "I can make 500 out of this." Went over. He went over. Buffalo Bills. At this point, Super Bowl contender. Like, like they haven't really been. They get so close. Like okay, let's go over the times Buffalo almost got to the Super Bowl. Right? Let's go over the times. So, and we're talking about like Josh Allen type. So here we go. First time, right? Lost to the Chiefs. Okay. Second time, lost to the Chiefs. Coin flip. Next, they lost to the Bengals. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? And they lost to the Bengals in the divisional round. There we go. So after they lost to the Bengals in the divisional round, oh Lord, yeah, it was over there. Next we have the Atlanta Falcons. I don't want to be biased, but I'm going to be the best I can in this situation. I'm going to put them at potential wild card. I think the Falcons can possibly make the wild card, but from the looks of their schedule having to be, from the looks of the schedule being this, this, and this scare me. But I'm pretty sure we can beat this and this. But you know what I'm saying? Falcons, rest of the schedule, man, we might be able to pummel through the rest of it. Now, of course, this, oh no. Oh God, no, we might not. But hey, Falcons though, they're shaping to look like a great team. I like what Desmond Ritter's doing. And if he doesn't pan out, we got Taylor Heineke. All right. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Okay. So, Seattle... how do I feel about this? Okay, so Seattle... I really don't know where to put this team. I mean, they might be potential wild card just right next to the Falcons, man. They have a terrible team, but they still manage to like make it work. Patriots missed the playoffs after like all like I don't know, man. The Patriots just never really have good enough like in my opinion. Ever since Tom Brady left, this team has been terrible. They made the playoffs, yeah, but, like, they're just terrible, man. They're just not the same. Cleveland Browns missed the playoffs. I mean, they're not, like, Well, if the Ravens are down there... I'm gonna put the Browns here. I don't really see anything with what the Browns are doing. I mean, they got Elijah Moore, congratulations, but I didn't really see any big things happen with Cleveland. So yeah, it might just be me. I just haven't seen anything big. Houston, young but intriguing. We can all agree that Houston and Chicago are both young and intriguing. Well, not young. You're not young, but this team is young, and both these teams are very intriguing to watch now. They're going to be intriguing to watch, and I'm going to love to see what they're going to do, at least. Kansas City, Do we even have to go over this? I'm gonna just skip this because I don't think we need to go over this, but you know what I'm saying, it's up there. Y'all see it. Dallas, we all know it, but playoff team. For all the Dallas fans who say the Cowboys are going to go to oh God, my stomach there. For all the people who said that the Dallas Cowboys were going to go to the Super Bowl, you might want to stop doing that because at this point it's a jinx. Like you guys lose. How do you get taken out the playoffs twice by the San Francisco 49ers? How? Just please tell me. Please. I need to know because this is just funny to me. This is funny to me at this point. Taken out by the San Francisco 49ers twice. And yes, Dallas did move on to the first round, but you beat 8-9 Tampa to do that. Oh, okay. So now we're on the same level of page. Okay, so the Chargers. Playoff team maybe. I don't know. They might be a play. I'll put Chargers at playoff team. New York Jets. Potential wild card. I'm not so sold on them. I need to see their season first. I'm not sold on them yet. But, you know what I'm saying? That's that. Panthers. Out of all the teams in the NFC South, the Panthers might be a playoff. Well, they might be a playoff team, but for now, I'm putting them in potential wild card. And, yeah, I'm just settle it there. Panthers are potential wild card. Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go ahead and put them at missing the playoffs again. They're not so bad, but they're just missing the playoffs bad. Colts. I'm gonna put them at number one pick. I don't know why. I don't think the Colts are going to do that good next year to really make a big change. Finally, last but not least, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to go up. In my opinion, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna put them in playoff teams, but if this season goes well for them, they'll probably make Super Bowl contender, most likely. But yes, this is the grade of how I think these teams will do next season. I'm going to do a double upload today on a mock draft, so please keep an eye out for that. That mock draft will hopefully be before the NFL draft, and I'll try to get that out as fast as possible. And yeah, so if you guys really like this video, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you want to see more. Again, I'm also very sorry that videos are coming out very, very late. But I will do my best to, like I said again, try to find a schedule to do this. It's just hard for me right now. I'm sorry. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.